lazy, disorganized, or disinterested? Why do we put off things we know we have to do? Is it our cry for freedom from the tyranny of our daily to-do list? Our personal rebellion against the man? Or our lurch toward longed-for independence? Welcome back to this weekly edition every Monday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide, president of Dale Cutting Edge Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in our High Performance Center here in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we can be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 129, and we are talking about switching your mindset about putting things off. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. We know we should do that project or piece of work, but we resist. We may even be bold and get it into our to-do list, maybe even attach a high priority number to it, but still fail to start. Why? We're all pretty clever about avoiding pain. Some projects have pain written all over them. Maybe we may have to think, oh no, or maybe it is going to require a lot of time and we feel too time poor to get into it. It could be it is complex and require a lot of effort, sapping our strength for other competing, easier projects. Hopefully, we are not just plain lazy like Dilbert's cartoon character Wally, a serial work avoider. Our inner dialogue could also be an issue. We are talking ourselves out of doing the work because of what we are saying to ourselves about the prospect. Here are some ideas on changing the inner conversation to slip the chains off procrastination and assist us to get the hard bits completed. I need to do it perfectly. This is a great one in Japan because Japanese culture really emphasizes doing things correctly and has low tolerance for mistakes. We can say instead, I will get this project started and give myself sufficient time to work on it so it is done correctly. I have to. Our feelings of resistance increase whenever the words have to appear. We want to demonstrate our fierce independence by showing that project who is boss and reject that have to jive. Sadly, we don't start either, so all a bit self-defeating in the end. So let's take back control and say instead, I choose to. This project is overwhelming. This is the eat the elephant or eat the live frog metaphor. We are put off by the size of the difficulty of the task at hand. Our mind is doing a quick calculation about all the other things we have to do, and one project sucking up all the time not computing. Let's change our focus from contemplating the project in its entirety and say to ourselves, where is the best place to start? I have no time for lunch. Well, occasionally this may happen, but if it is your regular excuse for not getting projects done, then we need to confront this head on. Change the language to yourself and say instead, my work effectiveness will be much, much better after a break, so I will take lunch and then really get into it. Find out more, we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Here are some more self-defeating statements. I'll never get this finished. The prospect of completion is so daunting, we run up the white flag immediately. We can see an ocean of pain spreading out before us, and we want to delay the onset. Rather, let's talk ourselves into it by noting, I know once I get started, I will be on a roll. There is no way I can succeed. This is another one of those all or nothing choices we make. If I can't do it perfectly, better not to do it at all. Better to avoid failure and having to confront my inner demons by not starting. Switch gears and use a Kaizen thought process. I'll give it my best shot, get it going, and work on improving it along the way. No one else is working as hard as me. Being such a legend in the workplace, I deserve to be cut some slack around here. I can cruise for a bit because I am more valuable than the rest of the crew. Hello, give me a break. Please, look at it differently. This is my chance to take a leadership role and encourage others to swallow their frog. I don't know where to begin. A solid rock wall is confronting and looking straight at you. It is also a long way to the top of that wall. Switch thoughts and say, get the hard part done, then the rest will be easy. I hate this part of the job. We know ourselves and we know our pain and pleasure points. Let's combine them and think, once I finish this task, I'll reward myself. Change our inner conversation and we change our productivity. Remember, time is limited and so we can't do everything. But we can choose to do the most important thing every day. Let's talk ourselves into it. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now. enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Awesome value, so check it out. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show helped and what other topics you're interested in for me to cover. Remember, I am here as a free resource to help you. So just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my other weekly shows for podcasts. Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast version. Tuesdays for the Presentations Japan series. Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series. Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series. And Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, on Fridays, I release my other TV show, the Japan Business Mastery Show, that's on YouTube. In episode number 130, we are talking about be clear or be a disaster. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we have only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.